So the purpose of this video is I'm kind of nervous about step 5 of MRT, and even though I know that you guys probably don't know much about it, moral recognition therapy is correcting all the hurts and the damage that we've caused to people in our life, taking accountability for it, and really just acknowledging that we have hurt people in our life and doing what we can to make amends, whether it's direct or indirect. So if we can't get a hold of the person, or the person's no longer in our life or part of our life, really the only thing we can do at that point is to write a letter and hold on to it, or burn it, or, you know, tear it up, whatever best suits us at that point. And there are two options when it comes to people that are still in our lives. We can try to make amends directly with them if we feel that it would be beneficial, or we can make amends indirectly. Now, the reason you would want to make amends indirectly is because sometimes that relationship as it stands is irreparable. The damage is already done, and there's really nothing that we could say or do to change or fix that particular situation. Now, in the case of my kids, for instance, I still have a chance to directly reach out to them, tell them I love them, tell them good night, tell them good morning, and repair that relationship directly. The part that's hard about all of this is when you really have to reach deep down inside, and even though that person may have done you wrong, you still have to look at, what did I do wrong? What did I do? How do I hold myself accountable? And that's the hard part. When you feel slighted by the person, being able to be the bigger person and say, okay, you hurt me, you did wrong, but what did I do? You know, maybe even what you did was something retaliatory. You know, you felt manipulated, so you counter-manipulated. Or you cut people out of your life during a specific period, whether you thought you were protecting them, or maybe because they were contributing to the negative mindset, or they were trying to talk you out of your negative mindset and you didn't want to hear it. These are all things that we have to consider when we go into programs like this. The only way to better yourself, to better your situation, and to get the most out of any type of rehab program is to say, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. I have flaws. What are those flaws? Find those flaws, identify them, and then find ways to work on them, make them better. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. If you truly want a program like this to work, you have to make sure that your definition of working the program is you working on yourself to be a better person. If you come into rehab for a diagnosis or to escape a problem, you're not going to find a solution. It's just not going to happen. Because that's not what this is here for. It's not what this is designed for. What this is designed for is for you to acknowledge your pre-existing conditions and try to find ways to either make them better or to acknowledge them and find ways to live with them in a more positive way. If I'm depressed, I go out for a walk. It's what I'm doing right now. Because it's counterintuitive to what my brain wants me to do. My brain wants me in my room, sleeping, napping, chilling, whatever. So, to counter that and create a new neural pathway, I go for a walk. I walked 20,000 steps yesterday. This may not seem like a lot to some of you, but for me, who spent the last God knows how many years barely out of my room, sunblind half the time, to do 2.5 miles is a big deal. I have to acknowledge that. I have to be proud of myself for that. At the end of the day, it's not what's wrong with you that matters. It's what you do to make what's wrong with you right again. You can do it. I have faith in you. I love you. You're not alone. I care. Thanks for being here.